And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Mexa, and Corey Sandin.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. Let's talk hookup. We're having a great time with the Cassman here this morning. Talking fishing, talking travel, all kinds of great stuff going on. Great reports from offshore, and we're going to jump right back into that here in the second hour. We got the man, Captain Bill Kavanaugh of the Intrepid, standing by this morning. Good morning, Bill. Bill.
Hey, good morning, Rick. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. Sorry to leave you on hold. We kind of got caught up against the top of the hour there, but we're very stoked to hear from you from the Intrepid. It was a lot of fun having you there at Tackle Day yesterday, and I know you were anxious to get on the boat and go get after the big ones, and man, we're stoked to hear from you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I just wanted to call in with a report. We did not really connect on the big ones. We gave it the better part of a day, an afternoon, and night, and an early morning. We ended up catching one fish that was 140 pounds. It was pretty good scattered sign of big fish. Nothing would really respond for us. We had 2 bites. We landed one. We pulled the plug and headed south. We had a couple days at Aleos Rocks. We had scratch fishing on wahoo at Aleos Rocks. We got into the ridge yesterday morning, and we located some of this tuna mid-morning, and we ended up scratching out a really nice day on primarily this premium grade fish down here, which is 25 to 40 pounds. I'm pretty certain that we have a few fish that are bigger than 40 pounds, so we were pretty stoked on that grade, and pretty stoked on having a decent day of scratch fishing on that nice quality yellowfin tuna. This is where my fish story starts. So we have a nice day on tuna, and we processed a couple of wahoo for the galley. Chef Brian Torres made the most amazing wahoo dinner you've ever had in your life. It was macadamia-crusted wahoo with a lemon caper beurre blanc over a bed of rice and asparagus. It was absolutely amazing.
Dude, stop.
And after dinner, I set up on a ridge where I've caught yellowtail in the past. I told the guys, like, you guys could try dropper lip yellowtail fishing after dinner if you want. A couple guys started fishing. They started catching tuna on the dropper loop, the same premium grade, like 25 to 40 pounders in the dark on the dropper loop. I'm like, all right, you guys, vacation time's over. You got to come out here and start fishing. So we started getting steady on this tuna, and it went from steady to like pretty much wide open. It was dropper loop fishing and yo-yo jig fishing in the dark, 25 to 40 pounders. We caught like 100 of them in an hour. It was wide open. It's like, wow, this is awesome. Chartermaster's like, this would be great if this just turned into yellowtail. Sure enough, it turned into yellowtail. We transitioned from wide open yellowfin tuna to wide open yellowtail, and we just went to work on these things, and it was the same deal. It was dropper loop and yo-yo jig fishing in the dark, yellowtail. We had well over 100 yellowtail for our night bite. Pretty epic day.
That's incredible, Bill. What a cool day and night and next morning of fishing, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're pumped. Nobody fished this morning. Me and Travis Weber had last watch. I was up at 4:30 drinking coffee, taking a look at stuff. We didn't have anybody fish. Everybody was just gassed. They slept in. So we pulled the anchor. We're driving around looking for kelps. We had a kelp for some nice Dorado this morning. We're going to fish Dorado this morning and then take it from there. I just wanted to call him up with that report because that was really quite the incredible day. Super fun, flat, calm weather, just kind of everything you want to see down here, and we got to experience it.
Awesome. Well, we're stoked to keep us in the loop, and I'm glad you guys are having such good fishing. Sounds like you're on a fantastic one there, Bill. Keep up the great work, man. When does this trip get back to Point Loma Sport Fishing?
I think we got another week. So I told my group that we're just going to take it day by day. We're going to do this today and then probably work our way down the ridge and then just take it day to day. So
how cool.
Good fishing so far. Everybody's pumped, and we got good prospects. We got nice weather forecast. There's been some wahoo on some of these kelps out here, so we're hoping to get some more wahoo and then just, again, take it day by day.
I love it. Great job. Appreciate a great report, Captain Bill, live from the Intrepid. Appreciate that, and we'll look forward to talking to you here real soon.
All right, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Have a good day.
Thanks, buddy. Well, as you can hear, so much cool stuff going on, Corey, and phones are packed up. If he wants to join us, they can give us a call, right? 213-432-1090, and giving away a hell of a great prize today.
Are you kidding me, Rick? A full-day trip on the Liberty out of Fisherman's Landing. Or you can text the show. I know we've had some great texts, too. Keep those coming in via the app, and just make sure you leave your name and where you're from. Help us out.
You got it. Well, the phones are packed. Everybody's excited to talk to the Cassman. Let's jump back into it.
How about Sean? Sean Colm from Lomita. Good morning, Sean. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys. Cass, you have a perfect name. I think you blessed with that name, Castaneda. I'd like to just you totally. You know what's interesting? Every time I call the show, especially with you, Cass, here, I listen to you guys. You fill up that bucket list, and you know what the background of bucket list is? It comes from the term to kick the bucket, right? Well, that originally came from kind of a dark side, but when they would hang people, they had to stand on a bucket. Then they kicked the bucket out from underneath their feet. So that's where the idiom came from. But on a better note, it's just you guys talked about things the GTs, Christmas Island. I was going to ask about that, and where to take your kids fishing. So I'm thinking about where's a good destination that has stuff for the whole family, where there is a town, where there is shopping for the missus and for their daughter, and where we could also have some beach fishing. Would that be like Zihuatanejo or another spot? Cass, can you touch on that, please?
Great question.
Yeah, it is.
Well, probably the easiest destination, and as we say, get more bang for your buck. San Jose del Cabo. It's not as big and populated and crazy like Cabo. It's a nice city. It's only about 17 miles apart, and they got some, great beaches there, great hotels right on the beach. You've got fishing right there at the new marina at Puerto Los Cabos. You can fish pangas or cruisers. Shopping for the, for the women to go into town, walking distance, and great restaurants. But you stay at some of these all-inclusive places, you really don't need to go anyplace else to eat unless you want to, venture out. But they've got these all-inclusive hotels. They've got like the regular buffet breakfast, buffet lunch, buffet dinner, snack bars around the pool. But they also have specialty restaurants you have to make reservations for. But they're included in the price. They don't cost any more. They'll have like Mexican night, Japanese night, Italian night, that type of stuff. So, and nice pools for the kids. So there's plenty to do, and it's very inexpensive for a vacation for a family. And it's airfare flying out of CBX here in Tijuana is very inexpensive in Volaris, and then you got San Diego. Orange, L.A., Orange County. Matter of fact, I just flew Southwest round trip to Cabo out of Orange County, and it's so easy for me because I live in Orange County, and it's 15 minutes to the airport.
That's great.
Yeah, and so I would say probably San Jose del Cabo. If you want to go further south, you can stop at Zihuatanejo. Like I say, mostly that's going to be a winter destination. They don't do well during the winter. Get a lot of rain down there.
Okay. The other one that came to my mind, which we talked about during one of the breaks, was Loreto. You do your Loreto Rumble. Like, that's just such an easy town to navigate. Stay at the La Mission, comfortable, good spot, easy to get to.
Yeah, La Mission's got a beautiful pool there. Sits right on the Malecon, which is the boardwalk, and great restaurants to walk to. Great yellowtail fishing during certain months. Dorado during the summer. A lot of nice little souvenir and shops, for people to shop in. It's just and here again, CBX to Loreto on Volaris or Aero Calafia, or American is now flying in there,
okay.
and Alaska is now flying in there.
There you go.
Interesting, super easy.
Yeah.
And it brings up a good one here with a text, Cassman. And by the way, thank you for the call, Sean. Appreciate
great question.
And this is from Tony. Tony asked, I would like to know what the COVID procedure and requirements are for traveling through CBX.
Okay, well,
the beauty is
traveling. The beauty is you don't have to have it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Very simple.
Right. As of right now, if you're flying in and out of CBX Tijuana, you don't need to have any of the the test for the COVID, or show your vaccine cards and so forth and so on. Only if you're flying back into the United States. Any airport in the United States from a foreign country, you have to. If you've had your vaccine, you can test 72 hours before the flight. If you haven't had the vaccine, it's 24 hours before the flight. But you have to have it or you're not going to get on plane.
So it's so easy flying out of CBX. And for that means, I mean, right. for the COVID requirements and with all technical things, you're actually just flying domestic.
Yeah, I had some guys on this Wahoo Rumble. If I test positive, because they had made reservations on either American, Alaska, out of the U.S., and they said, well, if I test positive, I'm going to go to the airport and jump on Volaris and fly to CBX and walk across.
Yeah. Right.
With all that said, though, just for the sake of, if you are flying, into the U.S., we did it when we stayed at Rancho Leonera earlier this year, and it was nothing. They
super easy.
Yeah, the accommodations that the ranch made for us were super easy. They had they had people come out to perform the test at the ranch for us. 24 hours before our flight, we did the swab. It was no big deal. We got our results emailed to us. We printed it out in the office there, and we just turned them in and walked across. So all I'm saying is, I'm with you. CBX, so much easier, so nice not to have to deal with it, but don't let that stop you either. The process was it was nothing. It was so easy to get it done when we were down there.
And they've got it so streamlined at this point.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Like my summer trip to El Salto, same thing. They're coming around, and they had a person coming around testing you, and it's like, oh, no, we don't have to.
But right to your room. Hey,
we'll
get you your test for you.
Yeah, right. They had it all lined up, and obviously we didn't have to. We're flying at CBX. But most people are flying from around the country,
Totally.
So,
the Barcelo, where we stayed with the Wahoo Rumble, they have on-site testing there, and it's $24.
Perfect.
And you can make reservations for it, and they'll tell you what time to be there. They'll do the swab, and then, like you say, Ricky, you get the results back via email. But it's important, too, to get a printed copy.
Yes.
Because the airport does prefer to have the printed copy rather than have it on your cell phone.
Good
Easy
tip.
enough.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, let's find out what's going on down south. We got your saltwater guide standing by, Corey.
Hey, the man, Dave Hansen. And the Catch Report is sponsored by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Not only do they offer the best processing for your fish when your trip returns to the San Diego landings, as well as your private boat catch, now with Fish Pros to market, you can purchase fresh fish, smoked and jerkied fish, spices, rubs, smoked cheese, and their famous tuna burger, along with their amazing poke kit. They are now open at their new Old Town Taylor Street location. Call for details or order online at fishermansprocessing.com. And if you have a trip coming up, you had better make reservations.
Yeah,
period.
It's been a busy year. Those
Yes,
guys
sir.
have been cutting away. I saw the whole crew going down. Looked like the American Angler came in this morning, and another couple long-range boats. So, yeah, busy time for those guys. Well, hey, let's find out what's going on with your saltwater guide. Captain Dave Hansen, our fishdope.com reporter's on the line. Good morning, Dave.
Morning, Dave.
Hey, good morning, Cass. Good morning, Rick, Corey. Thanks for having me on here today.
Yeah, well, we're stoked.
Hey, it's kind of like what we were talking about the last couple weeks. As soon as they turned off the fan, we all knew something was going to happen. Well, I know you heard Brian Woolley. Look at what the Lexi did yesterday. They found yellowfin tuna. Are you really?
Right?
That's kind of an amazing deal, I think.
Nice save.
They found that yellowfin that was willing to bite, put a dozen fish on the boat for two guys. Pretty incredible. And then threw a 150-pound bluefin on the boat to add to that. That squid showing up in the Channel Islands area, that's only going to spark a whole new fishery up there. There's plenty of squid up in that zone. There's squid at Clemente. There's some squid showing up at Catalina. I just can't imagine any reason to not go fishing. And then to listen to Mike's report from the Tribute, what's going on out there between the two banks again. That bluefin doesn't seem to have wanted to leave at all. It's just like he was saying, there's no wind. I mean, we got to be careful. We wish for wind and we don't wish for wind. It's that thin line we kind of walk along there, Ricky. We want a little bit of breeze. We don't want a lot. We want a little bit to get the kite out away from the boat, to get the balloon out away from the boat, to catch some of those bluefin. Then we go, oh, we don't want any wind. Then the wind doesn't blow and all the bluefin show up. But
no
gang,
12, 6 knots, 75 degrees, ample bait, and lots of biting fish.
Dave?
Is that too much?
Yeah. No, that's
Dave
perfect.
Goldilocks Hansen.
Yeah, this porridge is too cold.
Yeah.
This bed is too soft. Absolutely.
That's a good one.
But guys, and then that fish under the kelp patties. Look at what Booger or Matt, whoever was running the boat yesterday, another 100+ day on that yellowtail under the kelp patties on a day trip. I mean, it just doesn't. It's just crazy. The history books throw them in the trash. And then here's the big thing that I'm all excited to talk about. The IGFA swordfish tournament went off, and there were fish caught. There were 5 swordfish weighed. One of our good buddies, Bill, PCS Bill, he caught second place swordfish. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We have a swordfish tournament going up in Southern California, and we're catching swordfish in Southern California consistently. Who'd have ever thought we'd be talking about that?
So
right?
Cool. So cool. Yeah, it's
so
crazy,
cool.
crazy times right now. And like you say, so much good fishing going up and down the coast. And, you've done such a great job compiling all that info. Do you cover the deep drop things on your saltwater guide, Dave?
Absolutely. I got a couple of guys, they're getting a bunch of crap now. I told them, be ready, because people are actually going to watch this. But I had a couple of the guys come with me and do a whole seminar or a whole series on deep drop swordfish. And from the guys that were catching 150 to 200 a year, they put together the whole thing. I don't want to mention their names. They're already getting enough flack. But if you want to go over and check it out, we have a whole series on deep dropping from the guys that were doing it before it got all exciting and all popular. So check it out at yoursaltwaterguide.com. We cover pretty much anything from catching a tomcod to catching a swordfish. We got you covered.
I like it.
Great job, buddy. Well, we appreciate that as always. Excellent information. And if you want to save $20 off of a new fishdope.com membership, find out where to go to get them when you have Dave's info on how to get them. You can save $20 by using the code HOOKUPNOW. Hookup Now, it's all lowercase, no space, saves you $20 off of a new membership to fishdope.com. And Dave, if somebody wants to keep in touch with you, what's going on and how to find them and how to catch them, how do we do that?
Gang, you can check me out. I'm all over the place. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere you look. It's Your Saltwater Guide, and then I have that website, yoursaltwaterguide.com. You can get all the information there. I'm kind of hard not to see nowadays, so if you don't find me, you're probably not looking.
There you go. Well, great job, Dave. We appreciate it as always, and we will look forward to talking to you next week.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you next week. Who knows what we're going to be talking about.
I agree with you, Dave. Awesome stuff. And that's brought to you by Dana Landing on Mission Bay, your one-stop shop for everything you need to go fishing. That's a complete saltwater tackle shop, full deli, snacks, beverages, ice, and boating supplies. And when it comes to freshwater tackle, check out East County Bait and Tackle. That's it. And their new Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle have yet to go in there, Rick. Got to go check it out.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah, they have all the full line of freshwater tackle and live bait for a great day at the lake. Dana Landing is right across from SeaWorld, next to the launch ramp at Dana Launch Ramp there in Mission Bay. And East County Bait and Tackle is at the end of the 67 freeway at Mapleview and Lakeside, down there in Rickyville. and the new Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle is in Broadway and Lemon Grove there. So check it out. Check DanaLanding.com.
You got it. We got some packed phone calls. Mark and Santee been patiently hanging in there with us. Mark, good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, guys. I got a question for Corey. How do you know when your swim bait is used up? You
Well,
gotta change it.
I usually let the fish dictate that, and that's usually when it's just shredded to heck, and you're ready to change it out. I mean, like the El Salto thing doing with Cass, there's one of two things: either the tail is gone, which doesn't happen that often, or it's just so shredded and fuzzy that you're kind of forced to put on another one, or I'm forced to put on another one for Cass.
Yeah, right. The master here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You've spent a lot of time down at El Salto. What's it like fishing with the, like you say, fishing with the sensei when you're down there at El Salto?
Let me tell you, it was a treat. Last time we were fished together down there, I'm okay at bass fishing. You know, I do.
You're more than okay.
I do it, and I enjoy fishing bass, but. Man, what a clinic this guy put on! I mean,
I can't imagine.
Oh yeah, especially his swim baits, and he taught me a lot. You know, you go into this cove, there's nothing but trees sticking in there.
Okay.
You know, and there's little holes, little pockets, and he's just throwing that thing right in there, dropping it in there. hooking these 6-7 pound bass and pulling them through all that brush, and I'm going
up and over the
I would
junk
never even think about throwing
You
in
wouldn't
there.
you wouldn't even try to get in there,
No,
let alone
'cause
get something back out.
Yeah, you know you're going to get snagged. You're going to lose the lure and everything else, let alone if you hook a fish, it's not going to come out.
But that's so much fun. I live for that. I really do.
I know you do. I mean, I was there. I witnessed you. You were yelling and screaming, and I was yelling and screaming. But it was incredible. I did learn a lot, and we're going back in January.
Yeah, you're going a couple.
26 to 30 will be there.
I can't wait.
Yeah, and I know I'll learn a few more things. I've only learned about 5% of what this guy knows about bass fishing.
Oh, come on. And we had some callers talk about it yesterday, actually, some text, and it's just such a beautiful thing. It's always different, too. Like, it might be a cranking thing. It might be a 10-foot crank that we're getting nailed on this time, but whatever it is.
Well, last year we went and, it'd been shut down for COVID.
Yeah.
And we had 200 fish days.
Oh, yeah, man.
I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Just crazy, the amount of fish that were there.
Yeah.
Coming from a person who predominantly is a saltwater fisherman, I can't recommend going to El Salto enough. It is so much fun. And you definitely do not need to be a pro bass angler to go down there and have a good time. Like you can go down there with Cass always helps put a very appropriate list together of the things that that it takes to do it, and with with average gear that you fish calico bass with, and and a couple of rods and the right baits, you can just go down there and yank and crank and throw lures and get bites, and it's such a different program. It's really cool.
It's a lot of fun. You know what I'm looking forward to this year, Cass? We didn't talk about. They had that late season hurricane come in through there.
Yes.
The lakes are extremely full. They literally filled up. I got pictures from both Picachos and El Salto.
That's what I heard.
They were brimming. So
no kidding.
All that stuff is going to be flooded, and it'll still be, because they're opposite of what we are, right? Their rainy season is ending right now, and it'll still be at a full capacity. It'll be close. Yeah.
It'll be close, yeah.
I love it.
And that puts fish up in treetops and things like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right. So, like, there's years where it might be down 15 or 20 feet, and you're kind of in that barren zone, right? There's, like, if it's in the top 10 foot, there's a lot of structure. Okay. And if it's at the lower 10 foot, there's a lot of structure. But that 15 feet in the middle, it's kind of barren. Like the pongas hit it, the nets kind of rip it up, and it just... I don't know. I'm pumped.
Well, that's cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm talking about nets. No nets when we're there.
Hey, bring it on.
Well, there's lots going on, man. This has been a great show, and lots more coming your way.
Lots of fun. If somebody wants to join us, 213-432-1090. We're giving away a full-day trip on the Liberty out of Fisherman's Landing. We're going to be right back. It's Southern California Sport Fishing Voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the Mightier 1090.
Rock Cod Rick here for West Coast Marine and Parker Boats. You see them all over Southern California waters. Parker Boat, the launch ramp, the offshore islands. You wake up in the morning on an overnight trip and there they are. Parker Boats of all size fishing in the same area as the Sporties. There's a good reason for it. Fishability and seaworthiness. Of all the boats out there, my boat partner and I chose to get a brand new 25 Parker center console from Kevin Kelly and the gang at West Coast Marine, and I could not be happier. Wow, what a fishing machine. Parker Marine builds a heavy-duty, industrial-strength boat, probably overbuilt, but that's why so many 4- and 6-pack charters choose to operate Parkers. We thank the guys at Pinnacle Sport Fishing, Season Sport Fishing, one-man charters, Black and Blue Sport Fishing for their confidence in Parker boats. Take it from me, if you are ready for a new Parker at a fair, upfront, and honest deal, you need to see Kevin Kelly at West Coast Marine, located at 1555 Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa, or check out their inventory and information at westcoastmarine.com.
Hi, this is Scott Sherman for Snap Insurance. I'm back from City Hall and ready to help you with all your insurance needs. I can provide you with the best in boat insurance at the lowest rates. But there's more to a policy than just a low rate. I know the coverage you need and will make sure your boat and property are covered right. Work with us to wrap your home, auto, and boat policy to save even more money. We can also help you with your commercial or business insurance. Call me, Scott Sherman, at Snap Insurance, 619-908-3100 or snapins.com.
Here's the hot tip on the fishing LA has to offer. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. They are home to LA's finest open party fleet, including overnight on the Freedom, Catalina Freelance on the Pursuit, half-day trips on the Monte Carlo, and three-quarter-day trips on the Sea Angler. For your own private charter, we have the Outrider and Trueline available. There's always plenty of free parking and a fully stocked tackle store. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. Call 10-832-8304 or on the web at 22ndstreet.com. Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie have taken Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels with the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities. Van Wormer Resorts have become a destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWormerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-777-TUNA for more information. Van Wormer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
Right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mightier 1090. Having so much fun in here with Cass. Again, we're giving away a full-day trip on the Liberty out of Fisherman's. 213-432-1090. Or text us on via the app. You go to the app, text the show, send us a message, something you have for Cassman, and do it that way. Yeah, super easy. Just leave your name and number.
Phones are absolutely packed solid. Everybody wants to talk to Cass. Let's jump into it, Corey.
How about David? David from Marina Del Rey. Good morning, David. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call. But my question is for Cass. I'm a serious Bisbee Black and Blue fan, okay? And I'm a member of the Marina Del Rey Anglers and also Marina Del Rey Yacht Club. And we're trying to get a team together. So my question to Cass is, can you find a captain and crew that can compete with these guys, okay?
Are you you mean to fish the Bisbee Black and Blue?
Yes.
Or to fish just the marlin fish?
The Bisbee Black and Blue, because next year is going to be huge money, and we're interested in that, okay?
Oh, gosh, I've been out of marlin fishing for quite a while. That's what I did for 10 years, is marlin fish, and I finally found out there's other fish to catch, so I started catching tuna and wahoo and dorado and so forth. But no, I don't. I know there's some great captains on the East Cape, some of those boats there from Palmas or Rancho Leonero in that area. But as far as recommending, I wouldn't have any idea.
A lot of those heavy hitters are usually laced up years in advance for this tournament too, right?
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's kind of their gig.
And you're, obviously you book Cabo, and in terms of a fishing trip down to that area, no problem. But in terms of on the tournament day, the competitive thing, lesser your gig than more just getting somebody down there set up to fish.
Yeah, and by that, by the time you get down, if you're trying to find a crew, just like Corey said, those guys that really are good fishermen are already taken care of. I mean, they're booked way in advance, and so you would basically have to create your own crew, your own captain, and build your own crew with the boat also. So.
Yeah, the half of getting you down there, setting up where to stay, all that stuff, no problem for Cast Tours. But the other half of keeping you competitive in a $10 million tournament, that's a whole other story.
Oh yeah, definitely, and there's some great teams down there.
Yeah,
some great teams. It's hard to beat some of those guys.
Oh yeah, and the prize money for next year is going to be insane, just like David was saying.
Yeah, those guys are coming from all over.
Yeah,
I mean, there's boats who are coming from Costa Rica, from mainland Mexico, Hawaii.
With that said, if David does want to go down there and participate in the event, would you go through like a Pisces type fleet and just say, hey, this is the day, I want to fish the tournament, I want to book a boat? Like, would that be how one goes about it?
Yeah, you could do that in advance, but see what's available.
Yeah, start working on it right now.
Yeah, and you got the the fleet that has all the Cabos. I'm trying to think of them.
Picante, maybe.
Yeah, Picante. Mm-hmm. Picante's, they got those nice Cabo boats, and they've got some top captains.
Yeah,
and that would probably, if
be
I
your
wanted
best
to go,
bet. Yeah,
I would definitely invest in in a Picante Fleet Cabo, 34, 36, 40-footer.
Gets you speed, gets you time.
Yeah, and those guys are, they've been fishing that area for years. They know all the banks, they know, and they're up to date where the porpoise schools are at and so forth.
And being hired, they would want to win it just as bad as David and his group would, too.
Oh, no. Yeah, especially, if you tell them, hey, you're getting 10% or 20% of the, whatever we win. I mean, they're going to work hard.
Yeah, any percent of $10 million it goes a long way.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Hey, appreciate the phone call, Dave, very much.
How about Mark? Mark calling from, Marty from Long Beach. Good morning, Marty.
Hey, Marty.
Hey, good morning, crew. Two questions. First of all, Corey, I just picked up a Tranx 300, and I want to pair it with a rod, and you're the guy. So tell me what I ought to get. And another one for Cass is, if I sign up for Christmas Island, what's our day like? What are we fishing for? How are we fishing? What kind of a boat? What's the experience?
Great questions.
Yeah. Well, I'll take the rod one first. I pair the 300 Tranx with a 708 Seeker, the signature rod, and that is by far
the Corey Sandin signature rod. He doesn't like saying that. It literally has his name on it.
Oh, gee.
But that literally, it's. I use it for everything. I use it for beach fishing. I use it for calico bass. I use it at El Salto. I use it. It's my all-purpose. In fact, that's the rod I was catching the yellows.
On the Cedros trip you're talking about.
On the Cedros trip.
Yeah,
seriously.
That's cool.
It's my all-purpose, like all-terrain. I can use it everywhere.
Like a Tranx 300.
Like a Tranx 300.
Fish the beach with it, catch a yellowtail with it, and still catch a largemouth at El Salto with it.
And it doesn't skip a beat.
That's cool.
Yeah. It doesn't need any service at all.
But now, what's a day like at Christmas Island?
Well, first of all, I want to know how do you get your name put on the rod?
Right, I don't know, man. Lucky enough. That's much larger than me, man. Trust me.
Well, Christmas Island is very well known worldwide for its bone fishery, fishing bones on the flats with fly rods, and that's kind of the main draw. And I didn't realize there was more to Christmas Island besides bone fishing. Then I found out they've got an outstanding offshore fishery there. And like you say, we talked earlier, offshore is just a few hundred yards. It's not too far. But you have your choice. So when you first get there in the evening, the main guide will ask you what do you want to do tomorrow. And some of the guys want to go bone fish with fly rods. Other guys want to go offshore. Other guys want to fish the reef. So you kind of mix and match whatever you want to do every day. And I know some of the guys that go are saltwater fishermen like me and don't do a lot of fly fishing or no fly fishing, but I always tell them at least try it one day. It's incredible to catch a bonefish on a fly rod. So when I go, I usually probably fish the flats 3 days and I'm offshore 4 days. And so I can get the best of both worlds. So, so you have your choice, or you can mix it. If you get you fish bonefish in the morning, go offshore in the afternoon.
You truly get to pick what you want to do, and obviously it's got to work out, a little bit with schedule. But for the most part, it's kind of up to you. You run your day how you want your day to go.
Yeah, and they're like I say, they're great about they want to make you happy.
Yeah.
So it's like I say, bone fishing. Flats with a fly rod, offshore, trolling for tuna, dorado, wahoo, marlin, sailfish, and or fishing the outer reef or inside the lagoons for the GTs on poppers.
When I went, I had my fly fishing was virtually none. I mean, basically nothing. I've done a teeny bit, but basically none. Didn't really know how to cast a fly rod. I didn't know much of those things. And on Cass's recommendation was like, well, you gotta go do it. This is such a destination to get to it. I absolutely fell in love with it. Complete novice to fly fishing. Yeah. The opportunities are so abundant there. There's lots of places you go where bone fishing is, walking a flat all day to hopefully see one or two. And if you lay a perfect cast and the stars line up, you get a bite. That's not Christmas Island. Christmas Island, to an advanced person, is 50 to 100 bonefish a day. To a guy like me with zero skill set, was 25 in a day, 18 in a day. Tons of opportunities. The casts were relatively short. If you were not directly on target, you either still got a bite or you didn't have to worry about it because in 15 feet, hey, here's another one right here making cast. And the whole walking the flats and stalking the fish and seeing the fish and then making your cast right on them, and then those bites, the runs where they take off. It was all time.
It
and
sounds epic.
I pride myself on my ability to see fish, read water, see fish on those guides are on such another level you can't imagine. Those bonefish, they blend in on the flats. Like they're made to be stealthy.
Ghost fish.
But man, I'm walking with the guide. I got my shades on. I'm into it. I'm super, super into it. And he's like, okay, there's one, 12 o'clock at 30 feet. Okay, now he's at 20 feet. Now he's at 10 feet. And I'm like, 10 feet? I'm holding a 9-foot fly rod. Like, this thing can't be 10 feet away. At my rod tip still can't. Oh, my God, that's right there. Okay, got it. It's so cool.
Great.
It's so much fun.
And let me ask you this. How large of bonefish are you talking?
Oh, gosh. I think the biggest we've caught is probably 12 pounds.
Whoa.
And that's huge.
That's a jumbo.
But the little, 2-3 pounders put up a hell of a fight.
Yeah, and you see everything. I mean, you see little micros that are the size of a big horse sardine. I would say the average fish for us was probably 17, 18, 19 inches, just an average couple of pounders, but you see every one. I mean, you'll see a 1 pounder, and then you walk another 30 feet and there's an 8 pounder swimming right by them. It's just, and then you'll see those GTs will get into the flats trying to eat those bonefish, and they're pushing where the water's, the water is more shallow than they are, so they're, the tops of their heads are dry. That's when they're crazy. Blowing through the reef trying. It's just. Man, it's a cool trip.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, Ricky, is you always carry a spinning rod with a popper on it, just for those occasions when you see those GTs cruising around the flats. But I was going to one more thing is those guides are such great instructors.
Oh, it's awesome.
I mean, they'll have you tossing a fly rod within the first 2 hours, and you'll most guys get out there and tangle themselves up or hook themselves in the back or the head or whatever, but these, like I say, these guides are so good, and within an hour you'll be throwing the fly rod, the fly good enough to catch bonefish. And like Ricky says, these guys can see these bonefish, what they call the ghost fish, 100 feet away.
That's incredible.
I really enjoy fly fishing now, trout fishing and things like that because of that trip. Like it was just my thing. Didn't know what I was doing, and I went into it saying I'm going to fish tuna and wahoo and all these things, which I did do. But going into it, I thought that's where I was going to spend I spent almost every day doing the flats because I loved it. I mean, it's awesome. And it really got me into wanting to do fly fishing for other stuff too. And I was a complete novice, knew nothing about it, and walked away plenty confident to go, cast a fly at anything. It's a great trip.
Are you stoked?
I'm so stoked. The only bummer is, I know, I'm always stoked. Especially when you're talking about stuff like this, but the only bummer is the trip's full.
Yes.
Right. I mean, that's the only bummer.
If we get a cancel, I'll let you know.
Yeah. I know. I like it.
You got to do it.
Probably somebody dies.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Well, let's jump back into the phones. They're packed solid.
Let's do it. How about Ryan? Ryan from Hookup Valley. Are you stoked, Ryan? Good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
What's up, Brian?
Yeah, it's Brian. Yeah, good show, and get well to Pete. And
totally.
For Cassman,
I know he's listening.
I just wanted to ask Castaneda if he's ever caught a arapaima or targeted arapaima down in South America.
Yeah, arapaima I have targeted in the lagoons there in Brazil, and they're tough to catch. On a lure. You basically will see them. The air bubbles come up, and when you see those air bubbles come up, because they're air breathers, and they come up and then they'll kind of just take a quick breath and go back down. And when you see those bubbles, you're supposed to cast, a top water or even a swim bait of some sort, and they will take them. But we did have one guy on one of our trips down there catch one that was about 300 pounds.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Crazy.
Yeah. It's the scales are like tarpon scales. They're huge, and but yeah, I've never caught one, but we tried.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a
lot of work, a lot of casts, but if everything connects, a total trophy.
Oh yeah, and then we release them. So
sure,
yeah,
that's cool. Hey Brian, appreciate the phone call very much, buddy. Let's slide down now. Good buddy, friend of the show, our man Scott Sherman from Snap Insurance is on the line. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Sherm.
Hey, morning guys. Another good show. I just wanted to say hi to Kaz. I'm sitting down here on the boat cleaning up after the other day, and it reminded me of a trip that he put together for my wife and I, and there was very little fishing involved. It was more of an anniversary trip down to Costa Rica. I snuck in a little bit of fishing. But can you talk about putting up trips that either you can fish and then do sightseeing or just sightseeing? I mean, do you do all of that?
Oh yeah, the like especially the Costa Rica. There's such a beautiful country down there. You've got all the the jungle, the zip lines, geez, you go up to the volcano at Arenal, and just all that whole area is just so gorgeous. Down toward Crocodile Bay Lodge, you got the Oso Peninsula. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous place to be. And there's so many, like I say, it's not all fishing. You can do a lot of tours that are available down there.
Yeah, well, you set up a trip for my wife and I, and we went to, I think it was called Punta Islita. And I tell you, I got out for a little bit of fishing, came back. They took us down to the beach that evening, cooked up the meal for us. We had the waves breaking in front of us with lightning on the horizon and lightning bugs flying all around us, and we had our own private chef and everything, and it was I mean, I almost proposed to my wife all over again right there on the spot. It was
That's awesome.
It was so nice.
Wow,
that's
interesting.
It wasn't much of a fishing trip. I mean, it was one day I snuck in a little bit of fishing, but the trip itself was just amazing. So I just wanted to thank you and let everybody know that it's not just fishing excursions that you can set up for.
Scott, you got to keep the little woman happy if you want to keep fishing.
Yeah,
Smart
and
man.
what a better way to involve her on an awesome trip, destination, and do that kind of thing, Scott. How cool!
Well done.
Yeah, it's great, and Kaz did a first top-notch job. I mean, everything was laid out for us. We didn't have to worry about a thing. It was just show up, and everything was taken care of in advance. So it was great.
I appreciate the comment, Scott. Thank you.
Right on, Scott.
You bet, guys.
How
Appreciate
cool
it,
is
buddy.
that?
Thanks a lot for the phone call.
And
that was great.
We've got kind of a cool text along the same kind of lines, Rick, and it's from Larry in Carlsbad, and he says, Cass, I get seasick and only want to fish from shore. Where's the best destination for this? And he says, thank you.
Oh, okay, well, Southern Baja.
Yeah,
Think about all those beaches you got, Loreto, East Cape, probably one of the number one spots to fish off the beach, catch roosters, jacks, Dorado a little bit further out, but they
still doable.
Oh yeah,
especially down by the lighthouse.
Yeah, I've caught Dorado off the beach there.
That's cool.
Yeah,
and John talks about it very often, tuna and stuff, and even a month ago he was talking about a marlin caught from the rocks there.
Yeah, like I said, those fish come in there. It's just amazing, that the shore fishery there is so good. You just got to have a means of either walking or
rent that side by side like Gals and I did.
Rent the ATV and just cruise the beach and look for fish work, especially roosters, because they'll be chasing bait right up onto the beach.
What time of year do you think would?
Oh, anytime. Well, the roosters are May through October through September usually, but the prime months for the roosters are going to be in the May, June, July, and August.
In the heat of summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Well, hey, the phones are packed up. Let's jump right back into them.
Well, we need to. How about Ed? Ed from Mira Mesa. Thanks for joining us this morning, Ed, on Let's Talk Hookup.
What's up, Ed?
Hi, guys. Hey, Richard, when I do a lot of cruise ship stuff, and a few years ago I set up a couple of trips with you when I'd come in on the cruise ship, and they'd pick me up and take me out. Are you going to start doing that again, or am I going to be forced not to go fishing?
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, we still do it. On the Mexican cruises, the Mexican Riviera, Cabo, and then Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta. Yeah, we got fleets that we work with down there that we're able to set up a fishing trip for you on either a cruiser or a panga. When you're on the cruise ship, they'll sell you a fishing trip, but they'll put 4 people with you and charge you like $400 a piece. And when you can get the boat for $500 or $600,
right.
Just yours, yeah. So it's we can set it up. We just need to know what time your cruise ship arrives and what time you're going to get off the boat and what time you need to be back on the boat, because you definitely want to get it back on the boat.
Well, most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. But yeah, we still do that.
That's cool.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Appreciate it, Ed. Thanks a lot for the phone call.
Yeah, it's a good one for sure. A quick one here. How about Dan? Dan from El Cajon. Good morning. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup this morning, Dan.
Got about 60 seconds for you, Dan. Got a quick question?
Yeah. Good morning. Well wishes, Pete. Hope he gets better soon. Also, I didn't hear the name of the hotel you were talking about in Laredo. Can you tell me the hotel there?
Yeah. What's base operation for the Laredo Rumble?
It's La Michon, which is right on the boardwalk. there, and it's
Okay.
like I say, it's walking distance to the marina where you get your pangas.
Great spot. I took my wife there. We loved it. It's a very comfortable hotel, very nice. Great pool, great little happy hour. They had like an outdoor pizza kitchen where they were, they had like a little happy hour where they were just they were cooking up wood fire pizzas, and for like $15 you could have all you could eat pizzas and cold cervezas and margaritas, and there's so much cool, history with the old mission in town, and lots of restaurants, easy walking distance.
And it's got that colonial look to it too, doesn't it?
Totally.
Old school Mexico.
There is some real history in that town. It was awesome.
I'm just surprised.
And your email again?
Your email, Cass.
Oh, it's casstours@gmail.com.
The girls will set you
Great,
up.
thanks.
Cal's probably be out catching a bonefish or
Yeah.
something.
Right? Exactly.
Hey, great one, Eric. Appreciate the phone call very much.
Hey, we're going to be right back on Let's Talk Hookup. We're going to have more from Richard Castaneda and Cass Tours. We're also going to find out who won this full-day trip on the Liberty when we return on the Let's Talk Hookup app and the mightier 1090.
Seakeeper, the leader in marine stabilization, has launched its newest, smallest, and most radically different model, the Seakeeper 1. Now, for the first time, stabilization is available for boats as small as 23 feet. The Seakeeper 1 is designed to eliminate up to 95% of boat roll on vessels 23 to 30 feet. With a fresh new look, the Seakeeper 1 has a compact flush mount installation and runs on 12-volt battery power. Installation is a breeze. It can fit under almost any seat. Now your skiff can enjoy the comfort and enjoyment that only a Seakeeper-equipped boat can provide. Check out the Seakeeper demo boat at upcoming shows and arrange a free test drive. Seakeeper has changed the lives of many Southern California anglers, including Pete Gray, and will allow you to stay on the fishing grounds when others need to head back to port. Visit seakeeper.com/take-a-ride to arrange a demo. Eliminate up to 95% of boat roll on your trailer boat. Seakeeper. Once you feel it, you'll never boat without it.
There are plenty of boat slips and marinas in San Diego, but there's only one Kona Kai. It's not just a place to park your boat. It's a way of life here in America's finest city. The Kona Kai Resort Spa and Marina has multiple swimming pools and a private beach, waterfront restaurants, and award-winning spa, most of which is included for marine attendants. Check resortkonakai.com for more information. The Kona Kai Resort, much more than just a place to park your boat.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now with stores throughout Southern, Central, and Northern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find the location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
Great fishing is what Seaforth Sports Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limits, Elgato Doe, Pride, Polaris Supreme, Tribute, Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
All right, welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. The lucky winner today, Roger in Fullerton, wins the full-day trip on the Liberty out of Fisherman's.
Congrats, Roger. You're going to have a great time with Nebel and Captain Taro. Big, well-wish to Taro. They're right in front of us. He and Gina having their first baby any day now. So good luck to those guys. Hope it goes really smooth and have some great fishing. And, man, this 2 hours flew by for me so fast. I am so pumped up to go fishing with Cass. We've been both lucky enough to do it a bunch. I mean, not a better guy to travel with and fish with. And I can tell you, it is no BS. We have been a lot of places, and Cass Tours just does it better than anybody else. Everything happens as they say it is. It's what the brochure promises, and Cass has done it before, and you guys do such a great job, you and the girls, the whole team, and man, we love it, Cass. We love everything about fishing with you, and sure loved talking story and all the great destinations that you guys go to.
Yeah, it's fun, because I like fishing and I like talk fishing, so it's in my blood.
You're doing the right thing.
Yeah, and I got the 4 daughters involved in the business, so And we get along, which is amazing. Amazing, you know. Yeah, there's no battling or hassling between us. We all get along really well.
That's how you know you're doing it right. Well, if somebody wants to book a trip with you, if they want to go on one of your group trips, if they want to book a destination like Sherm was talking about, all of the things associated with Cass Tours, how do we do that?
Well, you can give us a call at 800-593-6510 or check us out on the web at www.casstours.com. And the email for Cass Tours is casttours@gmail.com. And if you want to contact me personally, my own personal email is fishwithcass@gmail.com.
And how do we find out about the group trips? We had so much fun talking about that. I know you and Corey going to El Salto in a couple of weeks. If we want to find out about the group trips and availability, same on the website?
Yeah, the website. My daughter Robin, she tries to keep up those dates for the group trips and how much availability or if they're sold out. And then I need to do our group trips. We also after this Wahoo Rumble, I write a story and a lot of pictures of the trip, and we send that out email blast. The girls put it on.
Awesome.
Is it Facebook?
Yeah. You're on there. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's what they tell me. I have no idea.
We'll look forward to your report here every week on Let's Talk Hookup. Great job, Cass. Hey, another couple of great shows coming for you next week. And next Saturday, Captain Tim Exum of the Royal Star. Next Sunday, Captain Mike from the Tribute. We got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way next weekend. Big thanks to JP and Adam for taking care of us right here on the My Dear 1090 and the Let's Talk Hookup app.